Right, so we are at Bear Gulch Road. We took the Drummond exit, and then it was 8 miles, which again I think takes you to this road here, and apparently it's a dirt road going up to the Garnet ghost town. So let's go see what it looks like. And there's the sign. Single lane, winding dirt, slippery when wet, road ahead, steep grades beyond the 6-mile marker. Not recommended for motorhomes, buses, or trailers. Use Highway 200 to access from the north on the improved roads. So cool. Let's go via First Chance. So far, most of it's just all bumpy dirt road. Nothing terribly challenging. I don't know why they wouldn't let trailers come up this way. I mean, other than the fact that it's bumpy, but I think an adventure trailer would be fine. So there are 2 routes, First Chance Gulch and Cave Gulch. We've taken the First Chance Gulch, and I would basically say that any all-wheel or 4-wheel drive vehicle, Subaru, Volkswagen All-Track, any of the Jeep products, would be able to make it up there no problem. I would probably not do it in a 2-wheel drive vehicle like a sedan or anything like that, but we did see the one Chrysler doing that, so maybe you can make it. It'll just definitely give you a lot of scrapes and bumps on the way down. It doesn't have to be very high clearance. It just has to at least be all-wheel drive, I would think, to make it up safely and comfortably. How about that? Let's see what happens when we break this little hairpin. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but this is a pretty steep grade. So my comments earlier about adventure trailer, yeah, I guess it'd still be okay, but I can see why now they don't want like regular like pop-up campers and teardrops and what have you coming up this thing. Alright, oh my god, we just kicked it into 4 high. It's the first time Kaylee's been in 4 high. And yeah, it's a pretty steep little grade. I don't know if you can tell, but it's definitely very rough, which is kind of funny because we just passed like a freaking, Chrysler 300 or something going back down the hill, and some van lifer type person with a big old van taking up the space. So we probably shouldn't have been. Ugh. Perfect. Thank you. Well, this is the parking lot for it. It's actually fairly civilized. You even got RVs over there, so they must have come up the easy way. Bathrooms. Story of Garnet, Montana's best preserved ghost town. See the old mining cabins up there. And down at eye level, kind of more of a modern, just where the volunteers all hang out. There's hiking trails all around too. Nope, they're fine. Yeah, there's an old bar. Imagine there was a big mirror right there. Watch an old Western and there was probably like one of those player piano type things. This was the Kelly Saloon. So many cool old artifacts. Cool. What was this old place? love that hutch. Wood stove. So we're in the hardware store, and this is an old ice house. You can see the ice chute where the ice would come down, and this is where I guess they would store the meat. And it's significantly cooler in here than it is in other parts of the town. And what's really cool is that there's these 3 of these little brick pockets in the walls here on each side. And apparently what they were hidden compartments. I mean, they're not hidden now, but I guess they were hidden by, you know, stuff like shelves or whatever, to hide gold prior to shipment, so that when the miners would come in and they would sell their gold, the proprietor would hide it in here and keep everything nice and neat and hidden away until they could ship it down the mountain. So that's actually pretty cool. Now here is, it looks like the old hardware store, but tons of old artifacts here. Fittings, wrenches, things to keep everything going, old boots and shoes, some ladies' shoes there with a heel, all sorts of valves, tires, washing machines. That's how they used to wash clothes back in the day. I guess this is where the hardware guy, again, sells all the sorts of mining goods and things like that, and food and stuff that the miners would need. What is this?
A hotel? It was built in the winter of 1897. It was the most impressive hotel built in Garnet. Miss Wells designed it after she owned one in Vermouth. As elaborate woodwork equal to the luxurious building in Helena.
There's the bathtub. This must be the dining room then?
Yes, the grand dining room.
And the kitchen. Decorated a la 1906.
Although this is a very modern building, there were no plaster walls for insulation. The walls were covered by cloth backing and paper. Heating the large room required 2 stoves in the dining room. Rising warm air heated the upstairs rooms. There's an outhouse out back that is accessed by descending the steps from the 2nd floor.
Oh, really?
It closed in 1939. It says Davy maintained several rooms for visiting friends, but in unkept rooms, mushrooms grew out of the still-made beds.
Gross.
Davy died in 1947. Everything left in the hotel was sold at auction. So this was the same Davy that owned last year.
I see the 2. I see one of the stoves. A sitting parlor. Wow, look at that old suitcase. Yeah.
There's 3 ceilings.
think so. I mean, this is more genuine than Nevada City. And then after all the rooms, this is what they called the common quarters, where they would just come and roll out their sleeping pads and sleep with everybody else. So this is the old forge. Blacksmith would work. If you remember from my Nevada City video, they use these old bellows here to blow the air to heat up the coals. Oh, hey, look, Aiden. Remember that drill press from the other?
Oh yeah.
This is a bigger version of it.
So this was opened between 1896 and 1900. Billy Liberty was the best blacksmith in town. He made horseshoes and common forged items. He worked for the mines twofold by building ore wagons and driving them to the mills. He drove the stage to the Bearmouth for Frank Davy in the early 1920s.
Cool. Oh, and they got one of the newer bellows, like the guy at the Nevada City had. The safer version than the old version.
1897.
Oh, well, hold on. First of all, you said erected.
But never received much use. During the early days, there were shootings and problems with claim jumpers, but people generally would work out these issues without using the jail.
So
One
this
person to be seen in the jail was Frank Kern, a miner who killed somebody's dog when he was drunk. It was not unusual to during arrival in town that they were only used for hunting game. In the 1960s, Mr. Stoddard lived in the jail with his mother David.
So this is the old jail, huh? You can see the remnants of the old wood floor. All right, so this is the old school. You can see the outhouses where the kids would go. And unlike Nevada City, you can actually walk inside. This must have been the office. Some rows of old-fashioned desks. Looks like a little loft area. Looks like the 1949 was the last time this school was used as a school.
It was only built in 1938.
Okay, so only for 10 years, huh? Maybe that's the last bunch of students that came to come through here?
The teachers, it says. It's a lot of teachers.
Earned an average salary of 75 to 80 bucks a month. But again, notice it's just the one room. All the grades were in here at the same time. So it looks like maybe they were here earlier.
There was a school that this replaced that was built in the late 1800s.
Oh, okay.
Not far from here, so near this site. That's kind of
That's a lot of flies.
I'm ready for school. You ready for school?
There's one right in front of mom.
This one doesn't have a number.
What's number 13 then?
13 is the post office.
Really?
Built between 1896 and 1900.
Took them 4 years to build this thing?
Well, I think maybe they don't know the exact date. Right, but they know it was between those two.
Okay.
It was built as a miner's cabin. Nels Seated was a postmaster in the late 1920s when he moved into the Adams house. After his death in 1939, Walter Moore took over.
I'm the bugs with picture.
14. Adams house. So this is where the postmaster guy lived for a while. It was among the nicer homes.
Look, it's got actual plank floors.
Constructed from logs, not boards, as it appears. Covered passageway led to the woodshed and outhouse.
This was a 6-burner stove.
Oh wow. That's a lot.
Miss Jenny Adams filled her parlor with plants, which further added to its fine appearance, as did the white picket fence around the front yard. They lived here from 1904 to 1927.
Looks like people are geocaching in here.
Was that right?
Oh my goodness.
What?
That's scary.
Oh, that's a lot of flies.
That is a lot of flies.
Hey, there's someone's right.
And there's one.
Oh, there's the outhouse.